that works, right? So our brain is cut into two hemispheres, and the left hemisphere handles all the things such as math, such as language, logic, our analytical thinking, synthesis, processing, numbers, reasoning, right? And then the right side of our brain, that handles and focuses on creativity, our expression, imagination, emotional intelligence, and our intuition. And although, all parts of our brain basically are working at any given point, there are times where we need to activate a particular hemisphere more. So for instance, if you are studying, if you are working on something, hey, good morning, Lisa. If you're studying, if you're working, your kids are doing their homeschooling or their homework, and they're working on like math or language arts, then that's the side of the brain that left side needs to be activated at that moment. If they need to work on a project or do some creative writing, or maybe it's time for them to just do free play or creative play, or for you, if you need to come up with a presentation, if you need to cook dinner, if you are working on a hobby, then you need to activate the right side of your brain. Now, here's an interesting and unique thing about our brain. The left side of your brain is also responsible for the functions that happen on your right side of your body, and vice versa. So if you ended up having injury on the left side of your brain, you would see things like different types of palsy that would happen on the right side of the body. So it's sort of a mirrored thing, right? And the reason why I wanted to explain that is because you're gonna see how it makes sense when I talk about how we use essential oils, okay? So you have pure oils when it comes to essential oils. And Arbonne, we have 4 pure oils: lemon, lavender, tea tree, and peppermint, all right? So lemon, lavender, tea tree, and I don't know where my peppermint is. Probably in the kitchen. Okay, and they're pure. So that means that we need to cut them with a carrier oil, so we wouldn't put these directly onto our skin. We want to basically dilute them with a carrier oil. And so you can use your Arbonne Rescue and Renew Detox Oil. People, if you don't have this in your life, I don't know how you're living. And then you could use something like the skin conditioning oil, or something like sweet almond oil, depending on what you're using it for. You could use like an olive oil to help carry the pure essential oils. And then we have blended oils, so that they already have a bit of a carrier oil in there, and they're they're still pure oils, but they're already blended, so we can put these directly on our skin. And so we have 3 blends, and those blends are, and I love the color coding for the mood, so it's kind of easy to see what you want, like Warrior, which is in red. Red gets us all activated, right? Focus, which is yellow, which is all mellow. And then Harmony, which is blue, which is all soothing and calm and really chilled and relaxed. So many of us, we use our essential oils in our diffusers, right? So that we don't have to use synthetic fragrances that are found in plugins, that are found in Febreze and air fresheners, so we can use that. So this is, I have 2. Actually, I have 3. One in my foyer, one on my desk, and one on my nightstand, right? Because they're always near my face. So the one in the foyer is more for the house, for the fragrance, versus the one on my desk is for me to focus. And then the one in my bedroom, which is this one, that one you can't see, but it's a night light and it changes colors, or it can be white. So that's the one that's in my bedroom. But that's for my relaxation. So this normally has lavender or Harmony, or a blend of the 2 in there. So here's how we use them to help us to focus. So let's talk about the blends. The Focus blend, as it says, helps you to do just that. So it has basil, rosemary, and frankincense, which is why I love it. The Warrior has cloves, cinnamon, and rosemary. So think of like one of those holiday spiced candles. That's what it smells like. And then Harmony has your orange, lavender, rosemary, and ginger. Sounds like something I want to drink. So notice that there's one oil in all three of these, and that's rosemary. And rosemary essential oil has a plethora of benefits. It is a great antifungal, antiviral, antibacterial oil. So it's great for like shampoos if you have itchy scalp. It's great to like add to lotions if you have stinky feet or anything like that. So the other benefits of rosemary oil is that it actually helps to improve brain function, right? So all of these are different ones for moods and brain function. So that's why Arbonne has made sure to include rosemary oil in all three, and it also eases stress. So rosemary oil eases stress. So I'm going to show you some breathing techniques to use with the oils depending on what you want to do with them. So where you place your essential oils is going to determine like how your body receives it and processes it, right? So for me, if I were gonna use Warrior, which this goes in my gym bag because this is what I use before a workout. If I were gonna use Warrior, it would go on my wrist, on my pulse points. I would create some heat with that and I would inhale it, right? Because I want to be invigorated. Same thing with Focus. If I were gonna use Focus, I would put it in my palm, I would rub it together, and then I'm gonna get it like deep into my lungs and into my body. And so what I would do is cup my nose, I would inhale, I would hold for 5 seconds, and I would exhale. So then I would do that again. Inhale, hold for 5 seconds, and exhale. And that is going to get that like right up in my brain, in my lungs, right? Because that's where I want the focus. If I'm using Harmony or something like, and you could also do that same thing with like lemon, if you mix the lemon oil or the peppermint and you want it to wake you up. If I were using something like Harmony or lavender, I'm gonna place them someplace else because of what I want it to do for my body and how I want my body to use it. So if I were using Harmony, it would go in the palms of my hand, and Shandi knows this trick all too well because I've used it on her a lot of times before we do any trainings, and it would go down the back of my neck, down the back of my neck. It would go on my temples, and if I were barefoot, it would go on the soles of my feet because I want the energy to come down, right? I want to be relaxed. I don't want to be invigorated. Now, if I did want to use Harmony with that nice little citrus kick that it has, if I did want to be invigorated, I would either use that technique or put it on my pulse points and inhale again, right? Especially for your children, bedtime, if you're using lavender, again, you're going to mix it in a carrier oil and you're going to massage the back of their neck, rub their face. You're gonna put it on the soles of the feet. Guys, our soles of the feet absorbs things like a sponge. There's just, it literally like soaks up things like a sponge, and is also a great place for detoxification. So putting the oils on the soles of the feet gets it to absorb really, really fast. So I'm going to show you right brain versus left brain activation using the oil. So Harmony is my Harmony oil, right? And so let's say I want to activate the right side of my brain to be creative. I got a training to come up with. Maybe I'm trying to come up with a makeup look. What am I thinking of having for dinner? What I'm going to do is rub the oils on my hands. I'm going to take my glasses off for this. And I'm only going to breathe through the opposite nostril. So right side of the brain, then the body is functioning on the opposite side. So that means I only want to breathe through that left nostril, and I am going to close off the right one. okay? So I would do my cowabunga, and I would close off my right nostril, and I would inhale with the oils on my hands only through the left side. And so that's gonna activate the right side of my brain. And if I were, so you wanna breathe in through that nostril, out through the mouth, in, and out through the mouth. And then if if your child needs to focus on their work and they really need to hunker down and pay attention, or they have a test to take, then you're gonna use the focus. You're gonna do the same thing, create some heat, inhale it, and we're only gonna activate the right side, the right nostril. Inhale through the right, close it off, exhale through the left. Inhale, close it off, exhale through the left. So we're activating not only the airflow, but the blood flow. So inhale, close it off, exhale through the opposite side. So I hope that helps. I know it's a bit technical, but you will get so much more use out of your oils, and you will see such a difference in your mind-body connection, your mood, and just your entire mental acuity when you use the oils in that way and you use it to properly trigger your brain. So remember, if you want to take the energy down and relax, then your oils need to go down the back of your neck, or down all the way to the soles of your feet so that you're rooted. If you want the energy to come up, then we want to use those pulse points, those temples. We want to inhale it directly. If we want to activate the right side of the brain, we're breathing through left side. Exhale either through the mouth or through the right side, the right nostril, vice versa. If we want to activate the left side, inhale through through right, exhale through left. Okay, so again, hope that helps. Drop any questions below, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.